Today we have a comic book series,
Yay.
a little bit different for this week. This is one from 1991. It's called War of the Gods.
Preacher. Garth Ennis.
What?
The movie, the TV show Preacher.
Oh, yeah.
Based off of the comic book.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just yelled that out.
It's like, what? You heard the word God? You had this pretty.
So yeah, Preacher.
All right. War of the Gods was a 4-issue limited series published in September to December of 1991.
September, October, November, December. Yeah, they did it. Don't you hate when it's inconsistent?
Yeah, I do.
It's like January 1st, and then it was like July 7th. Like, what the fuck? Why you guys take so long for issue 2?
I know, generally. The series was written by Wonder Woman series writer and artist.
Because I mean, they buy Wonder Woman. Whoa!
George Perez, who also provided the layouts. Finished art and embellishments were provided by Cynthia Martin and Russell Braun. Each issue in the series was 48 pages in length and included centerfold bonus pinups, illustrated by Chris Sprouse and George Perez.
How long do you think it takes them to finish a comic book?
Generally it takes less than a month.
If it's a team or if it's just by yourself?
Yeah, it's a team. If it's by yourself or a really short staff, what's that series that's out? Damn it. It's a series by an independent dude that he went on to Kickstarter or whatever that is to get it started.
What's it about?
Damn it. Hang on a second.
It's freaking you out, huh?
Yes, because I want to remember what it is. All right, Rippaverse is what I was thinking of.
Rippaverse.
Yeah. He funded it all himself.
Jack the Ripper universe. He's a superhero.
All right, so continuing, the storyline crossed over into most of the mainstream titles published at the time and culminated in the unofficial epilogue in Wonder Woman number 62, which also signified Perez's departure from the series. So, although the title featured many heroes that populate the greater DC universe, War of the Gods focused heavily on Wonder Woman and many of the supporting characters from her title, specifically the Gods of Olympus.
You know what's missing from the new movies?
What's that?
Is there, aside from having their own individual movie, is a nice core of supporting cast.
Yeah.
Like their supporting characters also makes their mythos more believable.
Yeah, and they don't have that a lot.
And they started like really stripping it the further it got down.
Mm-hmm. And Marvel did that too, really bad.
Like toward the end they did, yeah.
Like it was just like big named heroes only.
Like Ant-Man, right? The first two movies, he had a nice set of recurring supporting cast. The Hispanic guy, which was hilarious.
He was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. That one other guy, what was his name? T.I. or something? The rapper or the singer?
Oh yeah.
You had that Russian guy. If it looked like duck, it talked like duck. I can assure you it's a duck.
Yeah.
And like then they just tried in Quantumverse. None of them were there.
It was just him and then Wasp.
Wasp. I mean, you had Hank Pym.
Yeah, and then her mom
and the daughter.
Like it focused more on just her side than it did.
But I'm like, you need to keep, and like Thor had Natalie Portman was a supporting character, but then they made her a hero. They had Kat Dennings as a character. They had like Dr. Selvig.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got to keep your core, so they can.
And then you didn't see any of the Asgardians.
No, like not Hela or what was her name? Like a Sif.
Yeah, you didn't have
the Heroes 3 got killed in the freaking what was it, Ragnarok?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
It went too fast, way too quickly though. They did.
Like you have to keep a supporting cast for your single characters.
Yeah. Well, they got rid of all the big ones. They got rid of what's her name, Freya. They got rid of her. They got rid of Odin. Like they did it all too quickly.
Yeah.
Because Odin was around in the comic books for a god-awful long time. Like
some will say too long. Like, I got it, Dad. I know what I'm doing. I'm Thor.
I know what I'm doing.
God of War. I'm God of Thunder.
And just you hear slam the door. Fuck, man. Damn.
Like in the first movie when his Odin banishes him to Earth.
Yeah.
That was like masterclass acting.
Yeah. It really was. They just moved it along too quickly though. They really did that with Spider-Man too. They got rid of all his supporting characters.
Like he needs fucking J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
He needs Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, his aunt.
Yeah.
Like Harry Osborn is not a bad guy.
Right.
And then they're like, whatever. We got 3 Spider-Man.
It's completely just got rid of everything else. Doctor Strange, same thing.
I don't know. I don't even know if he even had, like, other than Wong.
Wong, the ancient one was around for a little while. And it wasn't like he just got the abilities and then the ancient one's just gone.
I guess so. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. It just sucks now.
Yeah.
I think everyone just burnt down the superhero movies.
Yeah, whenever they're all CGI and nobody cares too much for them.
Yeah. Think of that, the crop. The only good one was Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah.
People were fucking weeping.
Yeah, Guardian, but
I guess because they already had, like, the main cast was the supporting cast also.
yeah. What had more emotional investment
Yeah, sure.
than more so than any, like Thor: Love and Thunder. That was one of the most boring shits I have ever seen.
Oh, come on. What about that thick Natalie Portman?
No,
She was thick.
CGI thick.
Give me all the thickness.
Thought you didn't like CGI.
I don't like CGI, but that's true. But I want to see her thick.
But she wasn't thick because of being thick. She was.
I want to see her crack a walnut with her thigh.
But now watch her. You seen what she really looked like? She really looked like the cancer patient.
She was that skinny?
Yeah, she's skinny.
I guess she's always been really petite.
Yeah.
Especially in Black Swan.
Yeah.
She was like rail thin. I'm like, damn, girl, eat a sandwich.
All right. So the plot involved Wonder Woman's most notorious adversary, Cersei, and her ambitious goal to satisfy the vengeance of the goddess Hecate.
Cersei's?
Mhm.
That'd be Ares.
No. Not her most notorious.
Ares?
Not the most powerful.
Like, I thought like her big one was Ares.
No, Cersei was always the big in the comic books.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew.
Cersei was the crazy witch bitch that
That or the cheetah chick.
I think Cersei was one of her first villains. Like big villains.
One could say she popped her cherry.
Yeah. No. It's possible. Remember, Wonder Woman used to always be tied up, so.
Yeah, that man loved him some BDSM. The original writer?
Yeah.
Man.
So she did it for to satisfy the vengeance of the goddess Hecate by destroying and ultimately remaking all of reality.
She did it for the views.
She did it for the gram. Before the gram existed.
She created the gram.
Pretty much.
That's what gives her power.
Cersei's motivations were predicated by an ancient prophecy that foretold that Hecate would repossess her soul upon the death and birth of witch.
Who's witch?
Of the witch.
Oh, of the witch?
Yeah. So we're going to start with the story here. To appease the vengeful desires of her matron goddess Hecate, Cersei set out to destroy the earth and the goddess Gaia. Cersei enlisted the aid of the Amazons of Bana Migdol, who longed to take Themyscira as their own, as well as Dr. Conrad Kazlak, who stole several mystical artifacts for her. Cersei also had the cooperation of Eris, the scheming daughter of Ares, basically to back her up.
Okay.
Cersei used the artifacts to wave the hellfire web which blanketed the entire world, at the same time waking the gods of several pantheons. So apparently they weren't like active within the world. Through the artifacts, she was able to spur the gods to make war against one another. The spell was powerful enough to even affect the new gods and New Genesis and Apocalypse.
Oh, damn.
Like, it was a very powerful ability there.
I bet you Darkseid's like, I don't feel anything different. He would have done it anyway.
On New Olympus, the Roman gods took arms against their Greek counterparts in a bid to reclaim their lost legacy. Through the Romans, who sought to use the sons of Vulcan as their champion, he had refused, realizing something was not right. Instead, they used Captain Marvel in battle against the champion of the Greeks, Wonder Woman.
I mean, Shazam, I guess. I was like, Captain Marvel. What's he doing?
When he was still called.
Right. Before the whole goddamn dispute.
Yeah. The two champions fought before both were cast from New Olympus, each ending in different locations. Through all of this, New Olympus pierced the veil between the worlds and appeared in the skies above Earth. This caused widespread geological disasters across the globe, forcing Earth's heroes to band together. Cersei intensified the strength of the Hellfire Web, placing a stranglehold on Gaia herself. To combat the heroes of Earth, she sent forth the Beastimorphs that attacked several American cities, including Chicago, Boston, and Gotham City.
Peace morphs?
Beastimorphs.
Like for like the
Not the Animorphs.
Okay, I was like, the little kids that can turn into
No, Beastimorph. It's like a half human, half animal creatures.
Like the Minotaur.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And since remember in ancient Greek mythology, Cersei was the one that turned men into pigs. Like in the mythos.
What she look like? She hot? She could turn me into whatever.
You would probably think so.
She could turn me in a wheel of cheese.
It just eat you.
Is she gonna?
In the Tower of Fate in Salem, Dr. Fate gathered several powerful mystics, as well as Geoforce and Animal Man. Two older characters.
Randomness. I need you too.
Remember, Animal Man can sense, like through the, what is the animal
Life force or something.
Yeah.
I need Mossy Menos.
In an effort to create counterspells to reverse the effects of Cersei's magic. Cersei had expected this and planned on cultivating the energy from the spells the group was now casting, but her plan backfired and her spells were undone. Tracking one of the artifacts, Wonder Woman discovered that Bana Migdal Temple and fought their leader, Shimtar, who was revealed in defeat to be her mother Hippolyta under a spell. With her mother rendered unconscious in the battle, Wonder Woman took her to Themyscira to heal. Driven from her fortress by the Suicide Squad, because the Suicide Squad existed during this time.
Damn, all the way back at 91?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Cersei headed to Themyscira and drew Wonder Woman out to the same beach where she had been formed by Hippolyta years ago.
By the way, what do you think of the game coming out?
Of Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Haven't even seen it.
Well,
I don't want to see it.
you're in for a surprise. The IGN reviewer said that the Flash was too fast.
I think IGN was also the one that the author or whatever couldn't finish the fucking game because it was Cuphead. They said Cuphead was too hard.
Because he couldn't jump over the pillar?
Yeah, I think it was IGN.
Do they not hire actual gamers?
It's gaming magazines now.
I mean, pay me and I'll play the game for you.
But they won't.
I beat Cuphead. I beat Cuphead twice.
Do you know how many people don't read any of these things anymore just for the plain, like game reviews anyway? Like articles, they are what they are. But like game reviews, people don't even pay attention to anymore because they don't hire real gamers to do the fucking the articles.
Just pay a couple of streamers and like they'll review the game for you.
I mean, hell, Ninja could probably, like if you gave him an FPS game, Ninja can review it there.
Just like the comment, the Flash is too fast.
Boo-hoo.
I'm like, yeah, he's supposed to be fast.
Like I said, after seeing that with Cuphead and every
I'd
magazine,
like to see them play Dark Souls.
they won't even look. They're also the ones that IGN specifically, I remember they wrote an article, don't remember who it was, but they said that games like Dark Souls, because it reminded me of that, games like Dark Souls and Cuphead need to be made and have an easy level.
Oh. Cuphead does have an easy level.
I know, it's still hard.
It's still too hard for him.
It's called GG. Get good.
You know what the easy level of Dark Souls is? The first run.
Yeah.
New Game Plus is a goddamn gauntlet.
Yeah.
And then New Game Plus times 7, it's impossible.
I mean, I don't get it. I don't even ask questions anymore. That's why I don't read any of the reviews anymore.
I always ask questions.
See, for me, reviews now, if you guys ever want really good reviews, go to a place like, what do you call it? Steam.
Come to Nights of Entertainment.
Nights of Entertainment, or if you're looking on your own, look at Steam reviews. Steam reviews are
because it's like users, so they're like brutally honest.
It's brutally honest, and it also shows how many fucking hours they have played of this game to leave the review.
Okay.
So that way, at least it's like somebody that's bitching about the game and hasn't even bought the game. I wouldn't go buy that review. You know what I mean? Or like somebody that spent a good 10 hours on one game and it's like, you know what? This shit sucks. Like, you at least know for 10 hours he thought.
Like 800 hours. Like, I don't like this game at all. Like 800 hours. You still kept playing.
He thought it was going to get better.
I'm pretty sure after the first one.
But you know what I mean? Like, at least look at something that you can at least trust the reviews.
Right.
At least Steam, for the most part, also doesn't have paid to review stuff. So it's like just people playing the games. Like, I don't know. I get tired of all these gaming magazines at this point, though, because they lie so much and they can't even get past the first level. Can't get past the tutorial.
That was the 100% of the tutorial.
Yeah.
All you had to do was hold the button down a little bit harder.
Yeah. He couldn't jump. Yeah.
Weird.
All right. To avoid incurring Hecate's curse, Cersei reduced Wonder Woman to clay rather than kill her, and, convinced that she had finally defeated her, left for New Olympus to recreate the entire universe for Hecate. Though Diana's physical body was destroyed, her eternal spirit remained. Guided by the Phantom Stranger, the Spectre, and Deadman, her spirit languished inside Gaia's womb. Superman, meanwhile, led the charge against New Olympus itself. where the confused Greek and Roman pantheons were still committed to destroying each other. Ares, having been told of Circe's manipulations by his daughters Harmonia, who had paid with her life to get the information to him, appeared with the other pantheon's war gods and declared the war at an end.
Okay. Like, it's done. You're all done.
Yep, he got Ares got Mars and the other ones to declare the war was over with. Undeterred, Circe called on Hecate to bring forth several dead heroes from the realm of Hades and sent them against the heroes. As the battle against the undead heroes raged, the son of Vulcan and Lobo, following a plan devised by the wizard Shazam, and not the character
guy, yeah.
Shazam, but the actual wizard Shazam, worked together to free Troia, who had been held prisoner on Olympus since before the war had begun. So, what do you call it? Wonder Girl.
Oh, okay.
Troia.
Oh, yeah, the chick with like the black and like the stars.
Yeah. Circe was transported back to the tomb of Cronus, where she found both Troia and the resurrected Wonder Woman. They fought upon the body of Cronus while on Themyscira. The Phantom Stranger collected the representatives of the various pantheons that Circe had deceived. Using Troia as a conduit, those pantheons appealed to Cronus to strip Circe of Hecate's power, and as Hecate herself attempted to destroy Wonder Woman, Cronus took her life also.
Damn. Cold-blooded.
Yeah. With the war over, the Greek gods left to join Cronus and the other titans of myth, leaving New Olympus to the Roman gods. The Amazons of Themyscira mourned their fallen comrades and celebrated the return of Wonder Woman as New Olympus left the skies of Earth and life returned back to normal.
Nice.
So this entire story took place within the War of the Gods #1, took place also in Wonder Woman Volume 2, number 58, Superman the Man of Steel #3, Hawk World Volume 2, number 15, Starman number 38, Legion 31, Hawk and Dove Volume 3, number 28, Captain Atom Volume 2, number 56, Dr. Fate Volume 2, number 32, The Flash Volume 2, number 55, Wonder Woman Volume 2, number 59, Dr. Fate Volume 2, number 33. War of the Gods #2 took place in Justice League Europe, number 31, Batman number 470, Hawk World Volume 2, number 16, Animal Man number 40, Captain Atom Volume 2, 57, Wonder Woman Volume 2, number 60, so continuing on basically from the first one, Suicide Squad number 58, War of the Gods 3 took place in The Demon Volume 3, number 17, New Titans number 81, Wonder Woman Volume 2, number 61, and then War of the Gods #4 its own.
Okay.
So, took place in a few.
You know the crazy thing about, like, people like hear the number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, issue number 25. Wow, that's not that many.
Right.
They don't think about, like, these are like 2 years worth of issues. Like,
Yeah.
if you have a 30 issue run,
Yeah.
that's like more than 3 years.
Yeah.
Or like around there.
So when you get up to Batman number
100, that's been going on since like god dang 1934.
yeah, Batman number 470.
Yeah, so it's like it doesn't seem like 80 doesn't seem like a lot.
Right.
But when it's once a month for 12 months for like all these years.
Yeah.
And that's why people like they get mad, like there's always like the renumbering, like, oh, they're going back to issue 1.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, because
Well, what I hate too is that there's these whole sets right here. So like, you have volumes sections of
Right.
different, like where they kind of restarted different series, but it's still high numbers within the series. But you had Batman like 470 at this point. This is 1991. As soon as you come around to the late 90s, early 2000s, and then whenever they start doing like Final Crisis and all that kind of stuff, mostly in like the 2010s ish, they started having so many revamps of number ones, because they always knew that people that collect comics and everything, they always want that first issue
Yeah.
of it. So then they try to take advantage of it by always making a new number 1 every couple of years.
like the famous New 52.
It's stupid. At least in my opinion, I liked whenever they had like 470, because it means that, okay, if this happened in 470, or at least part of this big old War of the Gods series or mini arc, basically, if there's 470 Batman issues before this, it means I can go back and read canonically through 470 Batman issues, and they're going to all have something to do with each other.
Yeah.
You can't do that now. You go back and it's like, okay, if I was trying to explain, you understand, but if I was trying to go back and to explain somebody that's just gotten into comic books and they just started reading a new Superman series, right? You go into it and it's like, okay, I thought Batman did this. Like just because over things that you hear over time.
Yeah.
And like memes and stuff like that. But in this new series that's like, 4 issues in, none of that ever happened. So then
they gotta revamp like the whole history is the craziest part.
Yeah. And trying to go back and explain to somebody new to comic books, okay, well, if you read this set, and then there was the revamp here, and then there was this crisis before that, then you go back to this, and then we read those 2 series.
Oh, is that like?
Then you go back.
Is that one meme where it's like, someone asked how to read comics? Like you gotta read this issue,
Right.
read Superman. You gotta read this issue, that issue, forget that issue, and then I'm like, how do I read manga? I just started chapter 1.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And that is something that irritated me. Because like I said, even though this series took place, this little mini series, it doesn't have any canonical value at all now.
Ouch.
This means nothing.
You know which one surprised me was Animal Man issue 40.
Yeah.
That's 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
But it made it. That's what I'm saying. Even if it was a series that didn't last for very long, like even for example, Hawkworld Volume 2, number 16. Well, on Volume 2 already.
It's a year and 4 months.
Yeah. But like even if they did,
that's like my dream. Like if I ever wrote a comic book series, if it's for Marvel or DC, right? I'm like, I need a contextual guarantee that I can make it to 100.
Right.
Issue 100. It'll be 10 years from now, but it's in my contract.
Yes.
Because I want to hit 100.
Well, it just irritates me though because a lot of the new series are not like this.
They will like immediately recycle to a number 1.
Well, on top of that too, like my example with the volumes, right? Okay, they consider it as a volume with number whatever because they restarted the number 1 issue on it.
Yeah.
But it still ties into volume 1. It was just like a few years.
Oh yeah, like the internal counting. Yeah.
Yeah, like they restarted the counting of the books, but like for different volumes.
I think like they did for a while. They were doing like where it would be number 1. It'd be the new issue for this volume, and then on the like in brackets, it'd be like actually issue 809.
Right.
They did that for a while.
They quit doing that, and it irritates me because, like I said, you get it. Like that is why I think personally people do pay attention more to manga now and not Western comic books anymore. Because when you restart it every couple of fucking years,
yeah,
like it's hard to explain to somebody how to read the comic books.
Or if you really like something and like it only lasts for like 6 issues, you're like, man, fuck.
Well, if it lasts for 6 issues, or even in the new ones, like you followed from the newest edition of 1, and you followed it for whatever it went to, like 6, 7 issues, and that's like, you know what? I want to go back. I want to read some of the old Batman comics. Has no connection to the new shit. Not unless you're willing to divest a hell of a lot of time and research into how did it get to this point? Because you can go all the way back to 1939 or 1940 when Batman first came out. You can follow it all the way through. Like there's a few things of resets here and there, but generally it was pretty easy to follow. All the way through the 90s. Then you get into the late 2010s, like when the New 52 and stuff like that started coming out, and it just lost everybody. Or even people that I know followed comic books. It's like, I give up. I don't get it no more.
I wonder if that is what happened. What finally broke the camel's back.
I think so.
I mean, like, because then they did the New 52, and then freaking Marvel, like, Marvel Now.
Yes.
Like, Marvel something. I'm like, what is Marvel Now? What?
And having an offshoot like the Ultimates. Like the Ultimates universe for Marvel.
At least that was like, so, like, you can actually keep up with that at first.
At first.
And then it got wild.
Yes. But then there was also like Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, yeah.
But it was an offshoot. Like you weren't meant to have to read everything else beforehand to understand the 2099 set. Like you could read it on its own. But a lot of like any of these big things that happened in DC, even in Marvel, obviously, but I'm using DC as an example since we just talked about this. But all the things that happened in War of the Gods had effects on like the death of Superman. Like they all had something to do with each other. And then after that, it's like, well, this big old huge final crisis took out everything, and now it's just reset, just so that way new readers don't have to follow everything from behind. They can just read from here on. But then they fuck it up again by redoing it 2 years later. Like,
now that you mention that, you know what Netflix did?
What's that?
So, okay, I would have basically said that after the Wano saga, which was that big fucking long, like years upon years of stories to liberate Wano and beat Kaido. Then the next arc was going to be called the Egghead arc, or Egghead Island arc.
Right.
He said like, all right, now I'm going to start writing One Piece. I'm like, what do you mean now you're going to start writing the real One Piece? So they now simulcast the new episodes of One Piece on Netflix with Crunchyroll.
Right.
So you don't need Crunchyroll to follow the new episodes of One Piece because they're now on Netflix. Except in the original content ends at this one called the Marineford incident, and it's supposed to be a time skip from that episode to the next episode, a 2-year time skip.
Right.
New people that are just finishing Marineford and are now getting to Egghead Island are like, yo, what the fuck happened? Like they're completely, they're missing like 500 episodes. But like, because they thought, oh, so I see what you mean. Like, you're missing something.
Yeah.
Like Netflix is missing like 460 episodes. And like, if you just jump on, if you're like, cause you watched the live action, right?
Right.
You're like, oh, let me watch the new episodes of One Piece, or let me catch up to the old season, and then catch up to the new episodes. They're so far behind. It's just fucking funny to me.
They kind of did that same thing with Crunchyroll. Since you remember Blue Exorcist that we talked about a long time ago? They obviously have seasons 1, 2, and 3, right? So it threw a lot of people off because season 2 takes place within season 1, technically. The Kyoto arc.
It does?
Yeah, it takes place in the like before the last few episodes, like episode 13, 14, I think, or 16. I can't remember, but it's like in the second half of season 1, within a couple of episodes between them is where season 2 technically takes place.
Oh.
So people that are watching...
Like a concurrent thing?
Yes. So whenever people were when you finish season 1, because season 1 finished all the way through, then they released the Kyoto arc for Blue Exorcist. But a lot of people were trying to figure out, okay, that doesn't make sense because how the hell do they not know about what happened in season 1 and season 2? Like things that happened in season 1. It's like, how the fuck are we dealing with... Like, shouldn't they already have that ability? And obviously season 3 just released, but because it's a continuation of the end of season 1.
Well, season 3 is like the prequel to season 1 and 2. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
No, season 3 is like the literal beginning of where season 1 ends.
Oh, so season 2 is not even
season 2.
So it's like season 1 and then season 1.5, basically.
Kind of.
Or season 1A and season 1B.
Not even that. Because you'd have to take, like, within season 1, you'd have to take off the last, like, 3 or 4 episodes, insert season 2, put those last 3 episodes at the end of season 2, and then continue on to season 3.
What the fuck did they do that for?
I don't know.
You know what?
I don't remember. I don't believe the manga was written that way.
Weird. You know what else hurts me? It's fucking Case Closed. The Detective Conan thing?
Yeah.
It's like episode 179 and then Crunchyroll, and then it jumps to like 741. Where the fuck are the rest of the episodes? They still haven't fucking brought them on there.
But in general, though, manga and anime, I believe, even with these like random things, it's still better than trying to explain to somebody about the comic book sets.
Just goes to show you, like, these big, like, world building series and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they have a really bad limitation.
Well, at least with manga, if it's missing a set, it's just missing a set. Like, you can at least reinsert that same set, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
This shit.
It's like DC and Marvel are too fucking big. There's too much history.
There's a lot of history.
Like, there's just, like, impossible now.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point.
Like, I gotta live in the real world. I can't live in this world, too.
Yeah. And that's why I said, that's why I tried to pull up a couple of the older ones from the 90s, because we've done 0 Hour, we've done the Day of Vengeance,
my favorite
sets, and that was in the early 2000s, or at least I believe in the
Williamson, wasn't it?
It was before the New 52, basically. So that's all I remember. It was before the New 52. But we had that, and then this right here, the War of the Gods. I don't know, for me, there may have been multiverse things before this and a little bit after this, but nowhere near to the complexity that we have now. Like, I can at least give you, hey, this took place within these comics. Yay. Easy to follow. Now it's like, Well, you need the history. Like, try to follow the Spectre. Oh my God! Like,
That convoluted, huh?
because they took away his powers now. Like, now he's back to like 1940s level of power. Like, what the fuck happened here? Like, at one point he was fighting and like basically hand wrestling the Anti-Monitor at the beginning of creation, and now we don't have that. Like, he's way depowered.
Huh.
And he'd always been extremely powerful. And not like, you know how they retconned Superman from blown away solar systems? Like, the Spectre was never retconned to that low of abilities. And now he is.
Well,
It's like, what happened here?
they got a plan. Who knows? Yeah, because Superman was like, I remember like he was so powerful. He was just like moving planets.
Yeah.
They had to take that off a little bit. Like, hold on.
Pulling planets with chains.
Yeah, he was spinning so fast he could turn time back.
Yeah. But that is all I've got on a recap for today, and I'll try to find another good set.
That shit hurts my head.
I don't know. Did you at least follow that though?
That so far, yeah, it's not the rest of the convolution.
Yeah. You see, it gives you a migraine just thinking about it.
I would have to read every issue of Marvel to figure out Marvel.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a guy in their offices, like some guy like deep in the bowels of their offices, like with like just like just notebooks and journals everywhere that knows every bit of like story for their like their series or for their universe?
Yeah.
Like the guy that knows everything. So that actually happened in issue 117 in 1972. So that was issue 80 in 1993. Spider-Man. He just knows everything. They have that one guy.
Well, like, I can follow most of it. Don't get me wrong. I have followed, like, for characters that I like, I can follow. But I don't know. Like, if you wanted to get into a new character, just fuck it.
You might as well just pick an indie series.
Yeah, indie. Like I said, that Isom series that's from the Rippaverse, like, that started off, and he's already said that his they follow a Bible for their universe. Like, it's not going they're sticking to the story Bible, and that's it.
That's smart to do.
And he said there will never be multiverses. Ever. He said somebody dies, they die.
Damn.
That's just the way it is. We're not doing a multiverse where, hey, we brought this person in from another multiverse. That's the stupidest shit you've ever seen. But anything else to add before we head on to the next?
I'm going to start reading Hellboy instead. Although that itself has gotten a little bit convoluted as well.
Not as bad though, I don't think.
I mean, you can collect all of Hellboy,
right?
But like, you can't collect all of Marvel and DC.
No, I don't know if you could, to be honest.
Not for.
You know how hard it would be to find every book
for DC. Yes. For Marvel, I think I've actually heard somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some guy, some comic book company, some store had every issue of like Marvel from like the inception of like the original Fantastic Four until like 2009 or something.
Oh, really?
Like they had the whole like for a bulk buy of $100,000. So like there you go.
Yeah, but still didn't include the oldest.
I think it's supposed to say everything. Like it was like the most complete set.
Oh, really?
So they would have to be like off like something like not like the pristine, you know what I mean?
Right.
But just enough to passable.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool though.
I don't know. That's a lot.
I don't know if I'd ever read them all.
That's a lot. I think it said like 30,000 issues. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know.
That's a lot.
I can't read all that.
Just die while you're reading it. And some of the stories just suck to begin with.
I gotta watch porn at some time.
I need to devote myself.
I need the fap. I need the fap like the wind.